y'all back to F.U.T.V. I'm your host, Big Luck.
What up, this Jay?
It's your man, Big Gates.
Got my co-host in the building with me, man. We about to grind and get in on some real facts, man, that's been going on around the Metro Detroit area lately. Early this week, a Grand Rapids police officer was charged with second-degree murder of Patrick Loyola.
Yeah, the one brother from Haiti.
Yeah, he from Haiti, man, and police officer had pulled him over, and the plates really didn't match the car, man, and they got into a scuffle. I seen the video. He was resisting arrest a little bit.
Yeah, the brother did get,
Yeah, it was a little tussle,
But listen,
A lot of tussle.
a lot of
There was
tussle.
a lot of tussle.
It was all on the grass, it was in the ground, it was in the dirt.
Yeah, they was all on the ground with it, man. But during
Nevertheless, though, he got shot in the back of the head.
in the back of the head with the
That's
officer
the
on
reality.
top of his
Reality
back.
is he dead.
He's dead, and he got shot in the back of the head, man. So this week, prosecutors charged the officer with second-degree murder. They didn't charge him with felony firearm because it's a law that says that police officers can't get charged with felony firearm.
Yeah.
What do y'all think about that, man? Officers not being able to be charged with felony firearms even if they're in the wrong. What do you think about that, Gates?
There's a lot of loopholes in it for the cops, man. But, everybody is innocent till proven guilty. So even though they didn't charge him,
Yeah.
we're going to see if, justice hold and, if
Yeah,
they're gonna get-
charging
gonna
don't
be
mean
found guilty or
conviction,
not.
man. So we got to let the court play out and
Right.
look at the evidence, man. But from the video that I seen, I don't think that Patrick Loyola deserved to be shot in the back of the head.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's execution, man. To most of us citizens here
Right.
in America, man. For any person to be shot in the back of the head is an execution, man.
See, the flip side of that coin is, though, what would you do?
Right.
As a cop?
As a cop.
As a cop. What would
That's
you do?
that's the flip side of the coin.
Right.
I mean, we get cultural. I ain't saying we're getting racial, but it is racial because we've been seeing what's going on in America. But the flip side of that coin is, what would you do if you was the cop and he doing what he doing? He reaching for your weapon, even if you're not a cop.
Yeah.
What would you do?
Right. At that time, he may have felt like his life was in danger.
I mean, we saw the video. His life was in danger.
Yeah, if a guy not compliant, you're not able to put cuffs on him, your life could be in danger. Maybe
get a
you
hold
taking
to
your
that strap.
taser.
He can hold that
get a hold
strap
of that strap
at the
or
game
get a hold
change.
of that taser or whatever.
Yeah.
It may be, man. The officer probably did fear for
Listen,
his
rest
life.
up to the brother who passed away.
Patrick Loyola.
But again, he was being combative. Whether he was, drunk, high, whatever the case may have been, it's unfortunate it happened. I mean, I'm sure when the cop woke up that day and started his job, he wasn't thinking about killing nobody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's just be fair about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when he encountered the situation, he was trying to resolve it without it going as far as it did.
Yeah,
but my man was being combative.
Patrick Loyola resisting arrest and trying to run away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and then the reality is it was a traffic violation. So, like we all know, this is a ticket.
Right. It ain't had to get there.
It ain't had to go that far.
It ain't had to escalate.
You know what I'm saying? Even the cop know that. He do that 1,000 times a day.
Right.
He let people go 1,000 times a day.
But I think Dog
Yeah.
had been drinking too, though.
Yeah, he was drinking.
Yeah.
That definitely added on to the situation.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate that, listen, man, at the end of
He
the
lost
day.
his life, man, that day.
A life was lost.
Over a traffic ticket.
But and listen,
Life was lost.
and
Yeah.
then the flip
Over a
side,
traffic ticket.
and the flip side to that coin is also that the cop who was being charged, he lost his life that day too.
Yeah.
Because he being charged with second degree murder.
Yeah.
Right now he figuring out how to mortgage the house, whatever he gotta do.
He didn't lose his life that day.
He didn't lose his life in that
brother
sense.
lost his life that day.
He didn't lose his life. Yeah, he didn't lose his life in the sense of being lifeless, but he lost his lifestyle. Let's say.
Yeah.
He lost his job,
Possibly his career.
and he definitely lost his career.
He get another career, though.
Yeah, he get another career. He can't get another life. He can't get another life.
Yeah,
No, he can't.
Life, man. So yeah, that's
But
pretty heavy.
again, the major question is, what would you do, cop or no cop, in that situation when somebody's being combative and coming at you in an aggressive manner, to where you got to defend
arrest them.
yourself?
Everybody know what they're gonna do. They're gonna defend themselves.
They're gonna defend themselves.
Defend themselves, man.
So with that being said, what do y'all think? You think the cop may get off, or you think that he may get charged?
I think he has been charged. He got.
I'm sorry. What do you think he gonna get?
He got charged yesterday morning, Friday morning.
Yeah.
He was charged in the Grand Rapids courtroom, with second-degree murder.
Yeah.
Will he get convicted?
Convicted,
I think
yeah.
it's possible, man, because I've seen some of the video, and the video says it all. The video tells the story.
The
He
video.
shot him in the back of the head.
Yeah.
And he died right there on the scene.
Before he shot him in the back of the head, the video also shows my man reaching for the officer weapon.
It did show that. I seen that. It seen
So again, in that situation, let's just say you not a cop.
Right.
Let's just say you dealing with a dude who's being combative like dude was.
Yeah.
And he reaching for your weapon.
Right.
And you trying to just diffuse the situation without it going to that far.
Yeah.
But the way he reaching for your weapon, he making it seem to you in your head that if he grab your weapon, he gonna shoot you.
Yeah, exactly. So he probably felt like his life.
So
was
it's like
anybody would feel like their life was dangerous.
Man, listen, man.
Make arrest on the dude,
I
and
feel
he's not
sorry.
letting you put the cuffs on.
I feel sorry for cops put in that situation because they're here to protect and serve.
Yeah.
And sometimes they put in situations where they gotta make sure they go home tonight.
They gotta make a split decision.
They gotta make a split decision, man.
Real suddenly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then that split decision can get you either second-degree murder or make you a hero.
Yeah, or make you a victim.
Or make you a victim.
Or make you a victim.
It's a hell of a job, man.
It's a hell of a job, man. Hey,
salute to the DPD, man.
Yeah, because
you
they
know,
have to make decisions.
listen, man. Listen, DPD got a hard job to do, man. Listen,
All
we know there's some bad apples out there, but for the most part, they here to make sure we all go home safe. And you know, we ain't dealing with all that drama, man.
But what they got to do, though, they got to stop, killing minorities, man, for reaching for a wallet.
And listen.
Or a person who has a gun license and they tell them they got a gun license and they get even more paranoid.
It's
They
obvious.
try to show you the license.
It's obvious that the training ain't working.
Ready to shoot you.
The training ain't working.
The training ain't working.
The training,
That's the issue
the,
with Detroit.
the training ain't working.
The police department.
the training ain't working.
Where they need more training. I don't know, maybe special training.
No, the
but
cops basically wrapped up in the same culture as the people. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They
Yeah.
still,
And that's the issue too, because what you just touched on, the culture. I think that the training to be more tapped into the culture of us and stop being so scared of us once you
they're
encounter
scared of
us.
it. Yeah,
You know what I'm
they're
saying?
scared of a group
It should
of black men.
it
They're
should
scared.
definitely be, like in other words, when you got two, white cops coming into the neighborhood patrolling it.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, they took an oath to make sure we protect and serve and be safe.
But they treat you like you a suspect all the time.
Yeah, man, you need to have
And
a
that
white.
ain't right.
You need to have a white and black cop around to the neighborhood,
It
man.
has to be better relationships, I think, built between the community and police.
Absolutely.
The community has to be able to trust the police, to do the right thing, man. The police have to do the right thing. They can't treat us like we suspects before we're convicted.
No doubt.
And I think that's been going on a lot, man, in the minority communities, man, where, they ride around treating everybody like suspects, man, instead of protecting and serve and, treating people accordingly, man, But
I don't think personally, and I want to get, controversial right now, but I don't think personally the cop even gonna get convicted of second degree murder because for one, if they'd have went for a lesser, like a manslaughter charge, it probably would work. But like when you prosecute somebody, it has to be that charge.
Right.
It can't be
without a reasonable doubt.
Yeah, it got without a reasonable doubt.
12 people agreeing.
Yeah, with 12 people agreeing, and with second degree murder, that's a high charge.
It is.
Like manslaughter, meaning that basically saying, yeah, I shot him, but I didn't really mean to do it.
Yeah.
That's an easier charge for him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I think it's more of like a political thing. Let me charge him with second degree murder. He gonna get off,
Right.
but the public gonna be calm about it. You know what I'm saying?
Charged.
That he was charged.
Yeah.
You think we would have had a better chance if we would have went for a lesser charge?
Absolutely.
I believe that. I believe
Absolutely.
that also, man.
Because
Man,
it's not like
stuff,
Derek
man.
Chauvin where he just sit on his neck for 8-9 minutes.
In front of the world.
In front of the world.
Yeah.
You actually saw him tussling.
It's hard. It's hard to prove murder, bro.
It's hard to prove murder.
Murder,
But with
yeah.
the video, and again, that's why I made my point in the beginning, is that if you was the cop, what would you do?
Exactly.
My man reaching for your pistol, all you trying to do is subdue this dude.
Right.
This your job. You trying to just do your
get him in
job.
custody.
And get him in
Right. Get him
custody.
in custody.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't pull up on strapping on him.
Right.
You trying to get him in custody. So what would you do? I know I would do the same thing the cop did. I hate to say it like
Eliminate
that.
the threat.
I'm not saying I would have probably shot him in the head. That happened fast, a split second, like you said
You
earlier.
could have shot him anywhere, though, man.
He probably didn't mean to shoot him in the head. The way that it went down so fast. I mean, listen, when it go down,
it go down
it go down fast.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
it go down
saying?
fast.
You ain't trying to aim at a target like, yeah, let me shoot him in the head. You ain't trying to do all that.
Right.
It happened that way.
You trying
know
to
what I'm saying?
eliminate that threat.
But at the same time, your adrenaline is times 10. My man reaching for your pistol.
Right.
And you trained to kill anyway.
And you
Right.
train for this moment now.
Right. Yeah, they train for this.
You train for this moment, you know what I'm saying? But you left with no choice. You know what I'm saying?
I just wish that this young brother, man, would have complied, man. And
That he was drunk.
Let
He
him
was-
put the cuffs
Took
on.
that
man.
little punk ass
Take
case.
that little ticket,
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I really wish that Patrick.
It's unfortunate.
comply.
His old man was broke too, man.
Because it
You see
keeps
his
it.
old man?
Yeah.
I seen his old man on
Interview his old man.
TV. He
He
traveled
was
here from
broke off
Africa.
that shit.
They
Yeah.
from Africa,
Came
man.
all the way over here.
All the way up
It keeps
here.
the tension going for the racial injustice of
Yeah.
black people. You know what I'm saying? Even though, like I said, in this situation, it's not like the Minneapolis situation with Derek Chauvin and George Floyd.
Yeah.
It's not like that. Let's just be honest. The truth of the matter was, my man was being super combative. He was
combative.
under the influence of alcohol.
Right.
Yeah,
And
but at
you-
the
The
same
place went
time,
right on the
bro,
car.
Huh? The place on right now.
Right on
Yeah,
the
I wish
car.
that he would have just complied.
I wish
And
he
and this
would've
is
too,
and this is
man.
something to tell to the public right now, man. Listen. Right or wrong, got your license together. If you don't, if it ain't that serious, man, just comply,
comply.
man. Just
Yeah.
comply, man.
Comply
These
with the
cops ain't out
officers.
here like that to just make sure they want to kill you. They want to just make sure that you ain't out here on no dumb stuff.
Right.
All that license, no license stuff, man. No
You
insurance.
just take that, man. Just comply to that.
Just
You would've
take
got
the
to jail
ticket,
in a day
man.
or
You
two.
also need the justice system as well, bro.
Yeah.
To hold
Yeah.
all cops that do shit like
That's
that.
right. Accountable.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
They won't keep letting other cops feel like they
They
can
can get away with it.
Exactly.
That's right.
All
You know what
cops
I'm saying?
ain't bad cops, but all cops ain't good cops.
That's right.
Yeah, y'all gotta remember that for sure.
Yeah.
And we need to hold these officers accountable for their actions, man, when they are in the wrong, man. Like Eric Gardner, they choked him out. He died over selling
Send
loose
that ass
cigarettes.
to jail
He
just
was
like
selling
y'all
loose
do
cigarettes.
everybody
Eric
else.
Gardner was selling loose cigarettes in New York
Yeah.
and got choked out and killed right there on the street.
Yeah, rest
over
up,
selling
man.
loose cigarettes.
Yeah, no doubt. That's unfortunate.
So yeah, the bad officers, man, we definitely need to weed them out of our police agencies, man. All cops ain't bad cops, though, man.
Yeah,
but-
100.
Just think what the world would be without them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right.
Let's be
We have to have law
realistic.
and order, but all of them ain't good.
Right, that's for sure.
They got some bad seeds.
A lot of 'em.
They got some bad seeds, I believe, in every department out here, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
We got to put their ass on blast. When we find out who they are, we got to put their ass on blast, man, and try
Start
to get
getting
them up out
their
of
ass
there.
together too.
Listen,
get
man,
their ass
at the end of
together,
the
man.
day-
Get their ass up out of there, man. We don't need dirty ass police out here patrolling our communities.
Yeah.
And bringing havoc on our people, man. Quick to blast us over anything.
At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, we talk about the police, we down the police, we
Yeah.
say F the police, blah blah blah.
Like
Whatever.
F.U.T.V.
Yeah,
F.U.
yeah, but the truth of the matter is though,
Yeah.
when it hit the fire, when it hit the fan,
We need them, though.
it's two
man.
people you gonna
We
call.
do.
You gonna call God and 911.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
definitely.
saying? No matter how much. So the point I'm making is, man, listen, man, comply with the police. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to build relations with them, whether you're on their side of the fence or the other. You know what I'm saying? Just understand the laws even in your favor. You innocent till proven guilty, man.
Not
Don't-
guilty until proven innocent.
Huh?
They treat people like they
Yeah, they don't
guilty
treat them like
until
that,
proven
but
innocent.
you innocent to proven guilty, man,
Absolutely.
and know that's in your favor to the point when you get pulled over, man.
Just
comply to live another day,
Comply
man.
to live another day, because
Yeah.
if you don't comply, it may cost you your life.
It could cost you your life.
And
Yeah.
it ain't worth it, man.
You get
For
pulled
that
over by
little
the wrong
traffic
cop.
ticket, you ain't got no license. Okay,
So what?
what?
So
Take that
what?
motherfucker
So
ass
what?
Take that L,
Yo,
take that
yeah.
ticket. You might have to go sit in jail. They might take you from the scene or not.
You gonna get a bond for that little.
You gonna get a
You gonna
bond.
get a little light bond
Listen,
for that little traffic
Trust me,
infraction, man.
if you
That
put it
ain't
in
nothing.
drive
It
and
ain't worth your
take
life.
off and pull off on them cops, man,
It could be a whole nother problem.
you gonna
for
change the history of
You
your
gonna change
life.
The whole history of your life. They're gonna chase you down first of all, and they might gun your ass down.
Yeah.
Depending on how reckless you driving, trying to get away
they
from.
taking the whip off rip. They're gonna take your car for sure.
They taking the whip and then they taking you.
And they're taking you.
And you better hope you get a bond, or
Yeah.
you'll be able to get out on bond.
So the bottom line is just not
Just
worth it,
comply,
man.
comply
If
with these officers, man, with them little traffic tickets, the little traffic warrants,
Yeah.
tickets, or whatever,
Yeah.
man. Just
And,
make sure
you
y'all
know,
comply, man.
and then-
like jail don't whine.
Yeah.
I don't like when dudes go to jail and whine about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Oh, the conditions is bad, the food is bad. So
Yeah,
what? You gonna be back out one day? Stop whining about it.
especially with some
Jail
traffic
ain't
tickets.
supposed to be pleasant. We gotta get that out
Yeah.
here right now.
Yeah, it's not meant to
These
be.
little young dudes be going to jail thinking it's supposed to be like at home, and it ain't gonna be like home. It ain't meant to be like home. It's meant to keep your ass up out of there.
Yeah, no
the
doubt.
food's supposed to be bad.
But you know what
Your
though?
bed's supposed to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Keep
but-
your ass up out of there. Follow the law and do right, man.
That's right.
And if you breaking the law, man, you putting your grind in and doing your thing, taking your risk, man. Don't cry when you go to jail, because people like me don't want to hear that bullshit.
No.
You need to touch on baby girl, man, a little baby. 11 years old that lost her life, bro.
Yeah, man,
Sanaya
rest up.
Pugh, man. You know, our condolences go out to Sanaya Pugh
Yeah.
and her family on
Yeah.
Detroit's east side. You know, she lost her life, man. You know, last week, man.
Drive-by shooting.
Drive-by shooting.
That shit so played out.
Yeah.
At her grandmother's house.
Well, they arrested 2 suspects from it too, though.
Yeah,
Wow.
21-year-old and a 17-year-old, man,
Yeah.
firing off weapons, man, and a stray bullet, went through her grandmother's house
Sad.
and killed her, man. 11 years old.
Sad.
Sanaya Pugh, man. So rest in peace to Sanaya. Our condolences go out to
Send
her
love out to
family,
her
man.
family, man.
And it's another example, man, of the senseless violence
And bullshit.
that's plaguing our community here, man.
Yeah,
in Detroit,
one.
man. You know, and I'm frankly tired of this shit, bro. You know, it's like every week, man, you hear about kids getting shot, kids getting killed, man. The gun violence, you know, in the country, as a matter of fact, not just here in Detroit, man,
Yeah.
but the gun violence in the country right now, man, is an all-time high, and it's really just dominating the news, man. You know, but I'm tired of seeing this bullshit myself, man. How y'all feel about that, man? What y'all think? What you think about the gun violence? How it's just been so overwhelming, man? You know, in the summer, barely has begun.
Yeah, need to call a halt to it. You know, of course.
With the mass shootings,
it's so many.
the neighborhood
I mean,
shootings.
I think with the mass shootings that's going on right now in the last couple of months is bringing awareness to gun violence. You know, like as it should. I think when we have individual shootings, especially like black on black crimes, they go unrecognized. You know, when
But it happens a lot, man.
Oh, it happens. It happens
every
more.
day,
It happens every day. But you know, of
gun
course.
violence.
But the incident, of course, that happened with the schools here in Michigan, that happened in Texas, that happened in New York.
Yeah.
Those things they heighten the awareness because it happens in high numbers at one time.
Yeah.
You know, what happens, it's mass, or what happens with the kids, you know what I'm saying? So it brings awareness, man. But the truth of the matter is, the Second Amendment has been used as a tool and a weapon. You know, when it first was created because we didn't have, you know, military force we have right now.
Right.
So, you know, when we was having a Second Amendment and creating the United States of America,
That was a big thing.
that was a big thing to have the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, because we might have to form together and fight against the British,
Right.
who we was basically rebelling against because we were trying to form our own nation.
Right.
But now it's been utilized to the point where it's a tool and a weapon. It's big business.
It's always been big business.
And the truth of the matter is, it's not going nowhere.
It's not gonna go nowhere, man. This country was built on guns.
Guns will not
Stand
stop
by
being
guns,
sold.
man.
Guns will not stop being
Guns is a big
regulated.
deal.
It is
It's
what it
a
is.
big deal,
Look how many
man.
guns they
It's bigger
shoot in
than liquor.
Ukraine.
Yeah,
Guns is bigger than
Guns is
liquor.
everything.
You're not gonna stop
That's
it.
a lot of money.
And the
So-
firearms, man,
so-
that's what America is about.
So the solution would be, you know, we don't have the actual solution, but the point I'm making is that we know we can't stop them from manufacturing guns, right?
Right.
So
They
we
made
can't
everything.
deal with that because there's too much money on the
Right.
floor, right?
Yeah.
So
That ain't the solution.
that ain't the solution.
Right.
So now we have to figure out, well, how do we stop these kids from getting these guns
Right.
to use them in the way that they use them
They're
in?
very accessible.
They're very
To our
accessible.
young people.
You see,
Yeah.
they didn't change a few gun laws already. They didn't took it up to 21
It doesn't work.
instead of 18.
Yeah.
But at the same time, bro,
Guns are available on the streets.
they're
man.
gonna always be available.
always
Whether they walk
available.
in the store and get them or they get them off the street.
They're always
It's just
available.
about I think it's more of a mental thing than it is. You know what I'm saying? Anything, bro.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because you see a lot of people doing things like that you would never think of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I think a lot of it, like I always say, man, was people being bottled up and just lost sense of reality, man.
Guns seem
Being
to
in
be
the
the
crib
answer
during
to
the pandemic.
everything, man. Everybody seems like they want to, you know, solve their issues and problems with guns, man.
Yeah,
The shooting
it's unfortunate.
out in Canton, Michigan, the other day, man, and you know,
Road
shooting in
rage.
traffic, road rage, man.
That was
and the person died.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
today.
that was today.
You know, a
That was
person
today.
died in a road rage shooting.
They be on
man.
Fox 2 News tomorrow. They gonna catch up when they got the cars.
They looking for the suspect.
They got the cars, everything lined
that
up.
shit.
and it happened.
Cameras.
It happened about a week ago in
You
Garden
know,
City.
a
where
split second of you not switching lanes or getting along with the driver, you know, road
gun
rage, man.
violence and traffic
Whole life
and
is
road
gone.
rage, man. It happened last
I'm
week
gonna
in
tell you
Garden
something
City.
right now, though. Honestly, man, you know, being that we experienced so much, being that in our lifetime, you know, I know others experienced the Great Depression or this and that, but we experienced a recession. We experienced a, you know,
Basically, two recessions because we're going into
two
another
two
one right now.
recessions,
It's a new recession
and
where everything is high.
but the biggest thing we experienced was COVID-19,
Yeah.
and it shut the country down. And during that time, the country being shut down,
Yeah.
violence was at an all-time low.
Right.
It wasn't the way it is right now.
Right.
And what I'm saying is to you is this right here is like the government know what they can and they cannot do, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like when our health was in jeopardy, they shut everything down, right?
Yeah.
They felt as though like this is right here is an epidemic.
Right.
You know, this is gonna kill people.
Right.
You know, if we don't
Shut everything down.
Shut everything down.
Right.
So with that being said, even with all the young violence going on right now, you know, it's no way possible y'all can't tell me y'all can't come here and supervise this. Y'all can't bring the National Guard in and shut it down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that they don't, you know, they either don't know or just don't care about what's going on
In our community.
In our community, it's just that simple because you bring the National Guard here in Detroit, Chicago, and other cities that got high, you know, crime violence like that.
Yeah.
It will be limited.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because the National Guard is for situations like this.
Exactly.
It's for crowd control or to help out with a situation that can't be dealt with by
Local authorities.
local
Yeah,
authorities. You know what I'm saying?
authorities.
So that's what it is. When we have riots, we call National Guards. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But you can't tell me what we got going on right now as not a situation where the National Guard is not recommended to get involved.
Especially with the school shootings, man. All these mass
Yeah.
shootings at these schools, man. I think they should have National Guard.
Absolutely.
As part of that.
Oh, we
for
gotta come
security.
with some shit at the
Well, absolutely.
I mean, at the
Usually at the schools.
man,
We
I
gotta
think
up
they
the
need to have a
security at the
National
schools,
Guard
that's
at
for sure.
schools. You
Absolutely.
know, because that's what's going to give that extra security that
Yeah.
we need, man.
I would rather go to a school seeing 5, 6 cops, National Guards,
Yeah.
people with guns, whatever.
Yeah.
It's intimidating to the kids in the beginning, of course.
But
But
it
I'd
will-
rather
it'll
see
get
that
used to it.
than see one cop with one little 38 on his hip hanging at the door. You know what I'm saying?
And the shooter got an assault rifle.
Yeah, come on,
That
man.
ain't- that ain't gonna work.
It
He
ain't
got
gonna
an
work
That's how
assault
for me.
dog
rifle.
was at
Yeah.
the last
That ain't gonna
shit.
work
He
for
was
me.
scared.
He
wasn't
got an
armed
assault
right.
rifle.
Yeah.
This dude got a revolver. That's
Yeah,
not gonna work.
he got 6 shots,
We need
and
National
he's
Guard.
scared.
We
He
need
went
National
on
Guard.
retirement. He ain't trying to do nothing. So yeah, I think we definitely need more police presence and not just retired cops or people just looking for a job. I'm talking about people who taking
Active National Guard.
absolutely
Younger people.
taking it serious.
Yeah, taking it serious.
Yeah.
And it's going to protect our
Because
kids,
one thing
man.
we noticed, and we spoke on this before in the other episode, is that this happens nowhere else, only in America.
Only in America, man. You never hear about this happening in other countries. Mass shootings at schools happens in America.
In America,
so
yeah.
we got to take extra measures, extra
Yeah.
precautions, man, to protect our kids. Because it's like when we take our kids to school, we shouldn't have to worry about if they gonna lose their life in the classroom.
Right,
It's like, what type of America is that?
right.
When you drop your kid off at school, you expect to pick your kid up, man. You
Right.
expect to see your kid later on that day, and y'all have dinner and do what families do.
Man, to
They
know that
shouldn't have to lose their life in the classroom.
you sent off a 6 or 7-year-old that died today with gun violence in a school.
In the school, in their class.
Come on, man.
It's like, where
Come
are
on,
we at
man.
as a
If
country?
you're not trying to heighten security for something like that,
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
It's like you doing all these other things for these other countries, man, and providing with all this money and this wealth and food and all that. We have to do more for our own country.
And then
for our own
another thing
community.
too,
And keep
like
our kids safe.
yeah, and just to top on that right quick, you know, with the Oxford shooting that happened, you know,
That was horrible.
that was
man.
horrible. And as of late, you've been noticing like the parents, the families, whatever, speaking out about, you know, filing a lawsuit against Oxford, basically having inadequate security,
Yeah.
and which is fine. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? This is America.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got wrongful death suits. These things happen
Right.
and need to be addressed. But not once have I heard of this school just saying how we're gonna just amp security to the point of,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Protecting the kids.
Protecting the children.
Yeah.
And it's like we talking about suing, like finger pointing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all ain't having no security, y'all ain't doing this and that. We get that part already.
Yeah.
Moving forward, what we gonna do?
Right. What's the plan for the future ahead?
Exactly, because we know you're gonna sue. We knew that in the beginning.
That's the first thing that people gonna do.
They gonna do that anyway, sue.
What y'all think about the police officers were scared to go in there though, man? It was like a huge delay with the police officers going into that school down in
He
Texas.
wasn't
man.
armed right, like Dog said.
They weren't. They ain't had the right.
Yeah,
the
They ain't right,
the
yeah.
Tools, man, to
But
go
if
in
you
there.
got 5, 6 cats at this facility,
Yeah.
you know
With that shit.
yeah,
With that shit, that'll make a shooter think twice about
Right.
coming onto the premises
Yeah.
to try something like that, man.
I mean, when it comes to shooting, when it comes to a killer, a thief, or anything of that nature, you know, when they're outnumbered, to a certain extent,
They'll think twice.
they're gonna think twice.
Right.
You know, that's what it is. When a thief coming to steal something, he see a dog or alarm or a couple people watching.
He want a soft target.
Exactly.
He want a soft target.
Exactly.
He ain't gonna go somewhere where it's a bunch of military. Well, not even a bunch. Maybe like 2 or 3.
Yeah. When a killer going to kill, he might go kill someone that's gonna be combative. He ain't about to go in a situation where he know somebody got an AR and he just got a 9mm. You know,
he want to go into a vulnerable situation.
Exactly.
Where it's wide open.
Exactly.
Where it ain't no defense.
Exactly.
There ain't nobody to protect, man. So yeah, we gotta definitely address those situations, man, and come up with better laws. I think putting National Guards in schools is a good idea.
And definitely is a good idea because that's what they're for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sure.
And you know, and unfortunately, you know, unfortunately, the NRA makes so much money right now, and it's so lobbyist into the political ties of, you know, who's supporting them, that we will never be able to change gun laws in our lifetime, I don't think.
Because they're such a big organization.
It's so huge.
It's huge, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Bread at the end of the day.
I mean, you know, to watch the news, and I know y'all watch the news too, but to watch the news and you still hear senators and people speaking like, you know, they still like a deaf tune to as far as changing gun laws. They be like, yeah, but you know, well,
this,
you know,
this and that.
yeah, but you know, we ain't
It's not
changing
that
nothing.
simple.
Yeah, they're like, we're not changing no gun laws, though. Just to hear them, that let you know that they just being greased so good.
Yeah, and I mean, it's the American way, though, man. This country was built off guns and bloodshed and war and taking and guerrilla and
collateral damage.
Bullying, man. It's just strong arming, man. This country was built on that, man. That's how we got established as a country, man.
Hey, I don't want to, you know, I know we tapping on subjects, man, but the way this country is moving and the direction it's moving in, you know, I don't know you guys' political views on everything, but
I want to share it with you, man, because I'm a registered Democrat.
Okay,
man,
but I'm gonna say this real quick, right? You know, the Biden administration has failed us. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm a registered Democrat too. But regardless of whether they intentionally meant to do it or they was left with a bag of garbage to deal with, you know, they have failed us.
They have.
You know what I'm saying? And it kind of messed it up because usually when one political side fails during the election coming up, the next political side wins.
Yeah.
And moving forward in 2024, it looks like a Trump will be running for office again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They say he's making his rounds.
And he have a possibility of getting back up in there simply because we in a recession, you know, acquired recession I want to speak about due to inflation.
Inflation.
Due to inflation and
8.6%.
Yeah. And one thing we do know about Trump, love him or hate him, however you want to view him politically, you know, he cut the water on.
He cut the water.
You know what I'm saying? He kept the water on. You know what I'm saying? He cut it on, no questions asked. And one thing about cutting the water on, we look past a lot of other stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, because we were like, yeah, he did see that, but he cut the water on. You know what I'm saying?
He's a money man, man. He think money is gonna definitely make things better. And during those times when the recession first hit, it did make things better.
Listen, man, hate him or love him, you can't sit there and tell me that, you know, he wasn't moving to the high supposed to be moved at that time.
And I was against Trump, man, but I see the difference now.
Listen,
what it is to be and choose what political party you in. Like, you can always go with Democrat because that's what you was raised off of.
Yeah.
Bro, in these days and times, like, you got to do what's best for the country, for the people. You know what I'm saying?
And it could be a Democrat, it could be a Republican. You know, we don't necessarily have to say, well, he not Democrat, so I don't want to agree with him. Or, you know, others say he not Republican. You know, it don't necessarily have to be that. It has to be like, you know what, that makes sense.
And what's best for the country.
And that's what's best for the people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for the country.
Like, you know, we so caught up on, you know, and that's part of bipartisan, you know, and that's important to have, but all I'm saying is right here, just to go into my point I was making, is that I don't see nobody going against what he about to put together in 2024.
We don't have a,
you know, Biden.
He's already touching all the governors. He's putting all his people in play right now.
And listen, and
Trump run, man, I don't see nobody that could beat him, man, because the Democrats don't really have a candidate that's strong enough or that's convincible.
Exactly.
To beat Trump.
I'm surprised Biden got in.
We don't have nobody.
He was weak as hell.
I'm surprised Biden got in.
Really weak. And I voted for
Joe.
Joe
Really
but Joe
didn't show no strength doing this whole run, bro. Like,
listen, let's be real. Joe got our vote off Obama. Let's just be real. Listen, just being Democratic and being Obama homeboy, the vice president, he got our vote. You know what I'm saying? Come on, because he was last of the Mohicans that was left. It was like, all right, well, Joe, you was rocking with Obama.
We didn't have nobody else.
Who else was it? it.
Who else was there other than Joe that could really convince us?
Listen,
man, to vote?
Trump is a machine, man. We see that now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And hate him or love him, whatever side you on, you know, the country was in the situation it's in right now.
A better situation.
You know,
it wasn't a better situation.
And you know, for him to become a first-time president and a first-time political person at all.
Yeah.
He never ran an office, you know what I'm saying?
And
for
it
him,
showed.
And it showed.
He wasn't professional sometimes.
He wasn't. But he dealt.
Political person.
He dealt with the worst time probably in American history, in our history.
When the pandemic hit.
You know,
that's the worst thing happened to his president.
In our history, for sure.
That was the worst thing that could have happened to Donald Trump, man.
Man, listen, ain't no president dealt with nothing like that serious, unless it was FDR back in the Depression. You know, that was different. We didn't live that.
1918,
yeah, we didn't live in that. We didn't live in that. You know what I'm saying? We lived in the recession and we lived in the pandemic.
Right.
And the pandemic showed us that when times got tough, he cut the water on.
Yeah, he cut the water on.
You know what I'm saying? We'll deal with everything else later, but right now we suffering.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Money.
Give him some money.
He cut checks, man.
There's some family suffering in the D tonight too, man. We're gonna touch on them brothers that got shot last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that bachelor party.
Yeah, wasn't that somewhere by your old hood somewhere?
Yeah, man, over there on West Chicago, man, off Cloverline, man.
Yeah.
You know, there's a bachelor party going on. And you know, there's a bunch of people
drive by,
and a dude rolled by with an assault rifle
Weak
and
shit.
shot the party up, man. So
you know what I'm saying?
That's some weak
Get up
ass
on him
shit.
if you want him.
It's
Bro.
weak,
Get
man.
up on him,
You
man.
gonna ride by and shoot an assault rifle at a bachelor party at an Airbnb?
It's weak, man.
That was some weak ass shit, man. That was real weak, dog. You know.
But they say it's 3 stable, 1 critical. I don't know how bad he is.
Yeah, nobody lost their life, man. So you know, thank God for that, man. But yeah, it was a drive-by shooting at a bachelor party at an Airbnb. You know, right here in Metro Detroit, man.
We blame the police so much for things like that because we feel like we're not getting policed enough, which we're not. We're under police, that's for sure, because the violence is too high. You know what I'm saying? This is all a numbers game. You know what I'm saying? The more police, the less violence. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's just what it is. But I just think that they got a rough, you know, the police got a rough job, you know what I mean? And we was tapping on this earlier about having so many different kind of police chiefs creating law and order, you know, and policies, you know, for the employees, you know, or how to run it.
Because every time they change seats with the police chief, he come in with his own regime, his own people, his own way of doing things, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And then we have to reevaluate how he do his situation, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
He sets the tone in the community as far as police.
Exactly.
Of course.
You know, and they get on Fox 2 News and they sit that same song and dance. And you know, like we were saying earlier, you know, we be sold on these new police chiefs coming into office to be this great hope that's gonna create change, and they let us down. I mean, James Craig, you know, listen, man. Back in the day when James Craig came in here, man, I thought he was about to be the great next change that we needed.
I believe that
and he let us down.
Yeah, he let us down in a lot of ways.
He let us down.
He came in, got all the black people behind him.
Yeah, he let us down.
He changed political seats.
Yeah, he let us down.
Went Republican on us. You know
that was a shock to me, man.
Yeah.
That shocked me when he came out as a Republican candidate.
I think show you how shit is.
Yeah.
You see how he got disqualified.
He got disqualified. He mad as hell.
Yeah.
He switched lanes on his people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That car came back and hit you in your head. You know what I'm saying?
I think his delivery about how he let it be known that how he was on the other side of the fence, it was what really was disruptive because, you know, like we just said earlier, you know, whatever side you pick, you know, that's your own personal belief, like religion, right? But the way he represented, I voted for Trump. I voted for him both times. And, you know, I don't know if you know that statement he had made, but he said a few things that was kind of like disruptive, like, you know, my mindset, like, damn, brother, you know, he
pulled a trick move.
You didn't have to do all that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now he feeling it, though.
Now he feeling it, though.
He's going to write himself in as a candidate. Well, write-in candidates don't usually win, you know, the governorship.
No, not for the governorship. You know? They did for mayor, but not for the governorship.
Not for governor, man.
No, not for governor.
On the ballot, man, to be a governor.
And I'm going to be honest with you. Like right now, if you was able to sustain through the pandemic and hold things down and or have some type of sympathetic views from the people, it's hard for you to overthrow that person. So, for example, I mean, Governor Whitmore not doing a bad job. She's not doing a great job, but she's not doing a bad job to get overthrown. You know what I'm saying? To get thrown out.
I think she led us well through the pandemic.
And what I was going to get to was that, like,
created a lot of enemies by her leadership.
I got one thing wrong with her, bro.
She's a woman. Listen,
one thing.
Yeah,
she needs to fix them damn roads.
Yeah, she needs to fix the roads. She needs to fix the roads. But see,
the pandemic threw her off.
That was her whole.
That was
her whole campaign.
Everything else she cool.
But guess what though? You know, the pandemic saved her. And not only the pandemic saved her, but that whole kidnapping thing.
Yeah.
You know, the people fall sympathetic for that.
Yeah.
You know, that saved her. You know what I'm saying? And she's not a bad person. She for the people, you know. The culture embraced her, Big Gretch, the whole nine.
With the
you know,
Cardi's
we embraced her, but you know, of course, after we embrace you, we need something out of that embracing you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We haven't got nothing out the deal yet.
Get something for nothing.
But she this is her first term, so I feel as though like, you know, hey, she ain't steered us wrong. Get a lady a chance. Let her see what she can do.
Yeah.
And you know, until we see somebody who we feel fit,
that's stronger than her or better than her.
Yeah,
I don't see that.
I don't see that right now. It wasn't gonna be James Craig. It wasn't gonna be James Craig.
No, James is not better.
Huh? Absolutely not.
No.
He wouldn't have got our votes. I think we would have voted for Whitmore more than we'd have voted for him.
Yeah. She got more black people behind her
because
right now.
one thing we do know in the history of voting, and this is credit to Malcolm X, the ballot and the bullet, is that it always takes our vote
to make it happen. Even with the presidency.
No matter what election it is. They always come to us.
Down
to us. Who we voting for?
Who we vote for? That's who wins office.
That's who wins office.
For real, man.
That's for sure. Yeah.
It comes down to our vote and what we want.
Yeah, what we want. Yeah. But we never get it. And that's why Malcolm made a speech a long time ago about the ballot and the bullet, saying that, hey, if we're gonna give them our vote, we need something out of it.
Right.
Because if not, you know what I'm saying, we're going to keep on raining off these bullets and keep, you know, being oppressed.
Malcolm said that too, the ballot of the bullet.
The ballot of the bullet. Which one is going to be?
What it's going to be. Malcolm said that, man.
And that's the truth. That's the truth of the matter is because, you know, we so caught up on voting over name recognition, or voting over this guy, he looked like he gonna be right by us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's why
that's all we could go back because we don't know them.
But that's why we're talking about right now, like with Donald Trump, right? As much as we all know who Donald Trump is, right?
Know him for decades.
Know him for decades. Know who he is. Guess what?
History.
You wouldn't mind seeing him back in office right now.
No, I wouldn't.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the reality, though. And that's the reality.
Critics, man, when it came to Donald Trump. I was a real big critic.
That's the reality, though. I was a big critic too, though.
But I would prefer Trump in office, and I'm being real with y'all. I would prefer Trump right now than Joe Biden.
Yeah, absolutely.
For real, man.
You know why? Because
I never think I would say something like this, but I mean that when I say that.
Absolutely.
Remember that one speech he said something about if Joe was president, gas would be $6. Dog, real life. You know what I'm saying? We living it. You know what I'm saying?
It'll be about $6 by next month.
Dog, dog, we paying for what Joe did. Joe wanted to throw rocks and hide his hands. You know what I'm saying? And feed Ukraine. Putin said, okay, what I'm going to do is you're going to get them bread and get them stuff and resources. I'm going to drill your people on food and on gas. You know what I'm saying? We paying for what he did, you know what I'm saying? But I felt like Trump would have handled it different than Joe. You know what I'm saying?
Can I say something to add on to that? I think that Trump is setting the stage. And let me tell you why. Because
Putin is his boy.
That's his boy. That's his boy. So he on the phone with him like, keep going to war, stay mashing, keep the inflation going. Because that's my favorite when I go back down to 2024.
That's when he can run on. He can run on that.
And by that time,
Putin is his boy.
That's his boy. Stay mashing. Keep your foot on their neck. Keep raising the gas prices.
Man, don't seem like it is.
Come on, man.
The stage, man, for a re-election.
Come on, man. Because listen, though, how serious is this war going on in Ukraine? Who is Ukraine?
Right, they ain't even talking
Russia
about
is like.
They're talking about people taking over territory.
Listen, after the United States of America military, it's Russia.
It's not a bloody war.
No, what I'm saying to you, the biggest and greatest military there is, right? It's our military, right?
Right.
Second to that will be Russia.
Russia, yeah.
Ukraine is like Highland Park, and you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. man.
Nothing compared to Russia.
Y'all, come on, man. You supposed to be hands up for 3 months ago.
It's not a real war.
It's not a real war, bro.
It's not a real war because Russia will
Them
crush
boys
Ukraine.
tough as hell.
Exactly.
No problem.
No
Them boys
problem.
tough as hell on the ground.
But that's like our war in Afghanistan. We would have crushed the Taliban.
Yeah, come on, man. Y'all over
Come
20
on
years.
now. This is all a big smoke screen,
Yeah,
y'all. Don't y'all fall for this stupidity.
Exactly.
Man. You hear me?
Yeah.
Because it's a smoke and mirror.
Yeah, it's about the money.
It's about the money,
It's
man.
always
We
about the
been
money.
dominating
Who
the
benefit?
Taliban in Afghanistan.
Who benefit?
It's always about the money.
We was in
well,
Afghanistan for 20 years.
who been right now is big
Been from
business.
the war.
From the war right now is big business.
We was
I
in
mean,
Afghanistan for 20 years.
gasoline, the people who make the guns, send off the weapons, you know.
Right. Don't forget them opiates.
Everything that trickled down from that, you know what I'm
All the
saying?
pain meds.
Don't forget about the opiates in
Yeah.
Afghanistan. They produce the biggest opiates in the world, y'all. So that's one of the reasons why we've been in Afghanistan.
Politics is
It's
big
because
business,
of
man.
Opiates is used in our medicines every day here in America.
Yeah, it's
And
unfortunate.
It's a form of heroin also. So, you know, a lot of, you know, our presence in Afghanistan over 20 years has been about opiates.
Opiates, yeah.
Opiates is big as oil. A lot of
Yeah.
people don't know that.
Yeah, I
Medication, pills, heroin, that's big business, man.
Very big business, man.
And it comes from the opiate plants that's raised in
Absolutely.
Afghanistan. They
Yeah.
provide most of the opiates in the world.
absolutely.
That's their biggest resource. It's opiates.
Yeah, man, I ain't trying to be all over here just keep talking about Trump, but I see him in 2024, man, doing this thing, man.
You think he's gonna run again though? for
Absolutely. That's why they was trying to impeach him, because he can't run again. It's all political.
real? Yeah.
They were trying to impeach him for a reason, man. Listen, man, hate him or love him, man. Listen, at the end of the day, Trump is a smart man when it comes to running things because he know how to run a business. America is a corporation, and
Yeah.
that's one thing Trump know how to run as a corporation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Far as you want to get racial about it, I mean, that's fine, that's cool. But listen, it's so much stuff that we support and buy everything from people that we don't even know is racist as hell against us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, when you go to Walmart every day, you best believe they're racist as hell.
Right.
Well, the owners of Walmart are racist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Best believe that. My man just spent $4.6 billion to buy the different Broncos.
Yeah.
You never heard of
Denver Broncos.
to buy different Broncos.
Yeah.
$4.6 billion, right? They just snubbed out what was it, Magic Johnson and Kanye, and I think a few more of the minority people try to get involved and get that deal. They didn't let them get it.
Right.
You
We
know,
still don't have no black owners in the NFL.
I mean, it just goes to
Many
show.
billionaires we got. We got a lot of black new
We got some
billionaires.
black-
Yeah, we got black new, but
like LeBron made
but John Walton's son just paid $4.6 billion to buy a team.
To buy a team.
4 point in a recession and inflation as high as it is right now.
Buying a team for
Yeah.
$4.6 billion.
And not just that though, but also because we gotta understand how this money gotta circulate. You know what I'm saying?
Money gotta move.
But for Magic Johnson and to Kanye and the other, I think, minority investors who's willing to put up that kind of money
Yeah.
to invest too, you know, it goes to show you the selfishness of the rich.
Yeah.
You know, because we are suffering out here. Let's be real about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, you know what that $4.6 billion could have went towards?
Right. That's a lot of money, man.
It's a lot of money, man,
Buy a team
to buy a team.
just because you can.
Because you got the money to.
That's
Now
just
you
like-
know
like
that ain't
paying
all
for
your money, right? That's like copping. When you
Right.
go to cop, you don't cop with all your money. You cop with a few. You got your still put up. You know how it go.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you spending $4.6 billion, you definitely got about $10 billion for sure.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Spending that on a team.
Yeah,
It's like a project.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like just something to see how it work out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You
That's
know
a
it's gonna make you some
serious
pros,
investment,
but you know, it's people are here suffering, you know. So when you look at poverty, inflation,
Yeah.
you know, but it just basically just shows you how we want to win the capitalist society. It's
Yeah.
unfortunate. But it is what it is, because, you know, if we was rich, we'll be making sure each other stay rich.
And that's what they doing.
That's what they doing.
They're making sure the rich stay rich.
Yeah,
man.
you know.
The poor stay poor.
Yeah, it's
You
a
gotta
cap.
have a poor, you gotta have a rich.
It's a capitalist society. That's what it is, and that's why greed comes into play.
Yeah.
Because everybody ain't playing fair. You know what I mean? It should be. I think in America, maybe other countries too, but I think it should be a cap on how, you know, when you.
How rich you could be.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Why
Just
Jeff
because-
Bezos so rich? You mean tell me he get to be the rich?
You said it should be a
And
cap.
Absolutely.
And he went through a divorce.
Because he went over,
still
and let me tell you why. Because this is
He's still rich. He went
this
through
is
a
why
divorce.
this is why I say this to you, right? Because
Ain't no
the reason why I say that is because only reason why is because the money don't circulate properly back into those who gave into it. You know what I'm saying? So in other words, just give you a quick example, right? For example, right now, right, gas prices high as hell, right?
Right.
And we
Over
know,
$5
and we
per
know
over $5
that we
per
don't
gallon.
own gas stations, right?
Right.
We know we don't control the oil. We don't own the gas stations. We ain't got nothing to do with none of that, right?
Right.
But we gotta buy, right?
Right.
But we do know when they get that money from us, it don't come back into our neighborhoods and get spent back. It don't circulate in our community.
No, it don't.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why.
They hold on to it and keep it. And bank it.
And they
do
spend it with their
other
people.
investments.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And that's the part that's not fair. So that's why it should be a cap.
No cap on that.
That's why it should be a cap.
Hard work and determination. That's what.
But it's a capitalist society.
You can't do that.
No, it's-
Billionaires
That don't
stay
even sound
billionaires though. It's like the middle class, man. It's hard for us to grow. It's almost like it's structured for the middle class not to grow.
You're not gonna come out of middle class.
It's
Right.
hard
now,
for the
bro.
rich to stay rich. If the middle class just stay in middle class, man, the poor stay poor. It seems like that's what keep the rich rich.
Exactly.
That's what keep them rich. You got the middle class staying
Exactly.
stuck in middle class,
Exactly.
the poor staying stuck in poor.
Exactly.
If you ain't got poor middle class, it ain't no rich.
Exactly.
It's just gonna
'Cause
be
we
a
the ones
small
doing the
percentage.
labor.
It's gonna always
Exactly.
be a small percentage that graduate to the bigger class.
But
bro.
how often do that
You know what I'm saying?
happen?
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Everybody can't do that.
Jay-Z
Everybody can't do that.
Jay-Z
Everybody can't do
Right,
I'm a billionaire.
right.
Everybody can't do like Kanye
It
did and
take 30
LeBron
years.
and Tiger Woods like this week.
It's hard to
It's
come up
rare,
on a
bro.
billion,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
Yeah, you gotta
That's when the
have
hard work and
talent.
determination come in. Like everybody's not gonna get there, dog. You know what I'm saying?
But
Everybody can't go. Everybody can't go, bro.
but my point I'm making is all that, and you're right. We're in a capitalist society. The rules are the rules, right? But what I'm saying is right here, like, okay, I'm just giving an example about like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, these type kind of people,
Crazy
right?
bread.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What are
real
you gonna do
bread.
holding on to $24 billion, sitting on $30 billion?
What can you do
I mean,
with
come
that?
on, bro.
That's crazy
You
billion.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go throw $20 billion back into the economy. Whatever you got to do with it. That's all I'm saying to you.
You would
They
do that.
keeping that.
If
Absolutely.
you had 24 billion, you
That-
throw 20 in the
Listen,
economy.
that's what they
Not
call
the whole
that's
bag.
what they call a philanthropist. You know what I mean? Those who
Yeah.
get back in that nature.
I mean,
It's
after you pass, I can see that. That's
Yeah,
what they
They do. A lot of
usually
people
do
do
after
that.
they pass.
Yeah,
but
Everybody
some
get it.
Right,
but some do it in the living, like Bill Gates, for example. He do it in the living, and there's others who have done it in the living, and there's some who do it that without us knowing.
Yeah.
You know, what
Yeah,
I'm
a
just
lot of them do that.
Yeah,
They do.
I'm
They
just
get
saying for us to all know it's a cap. Like we know ain't nobody getting richer than 10 billion. Let's say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you invented, what you came up with. Yeah, the cap is 5 billion,
Yeah.
and after that, it go back into the economy. That's all I'm saying. Because the rich are getting richer. Like right now, you think the people trying to take the brakes off of what's going on right now? The banks?
Not the big people.
No,
The
they
big
ain't.
They
corporations.
making the most they ever made
They
right now.
yeah, raise it up another $1 tomorrow.
Yeah.
They don't
getting
care.
that bag right now, man.
They don't
All the-
care.
All the owners, man.
They don't care about the suffering of us.
No.
Us crying about gas prices. They like, yeah, tomorrow, yeah, we're gonna get them up to $8 next week. They gonna pay.
Gas
They paying $5
prices,
last week. They gonna pay.
Hey, them gas
shit
prices
going up
breaking
everywhere.
families. They breaking families' budgets right now, man.
Man, they said
Yeah.
folks don't want to go to work
They
because
said
they ain't.
Uber drivers don't even want to drive or Lyft.
Yeah, and they said people don't want to go to work right now because they can't afford the gas.
Can't even afford the gas to go to work.
That's rough.
Yeah. Over
That's-
You
$5
can't
a
afford to go
gallon.
get the paper.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
That's
Bad.
rough.
Yeah, it's bad.
That's
It's
rough,
short,
man.
bro. They said the Lyft drivers don't even want to drive. The Uber drivers don't even want to drive because the gas price is so high, they can't make no money.
That's rough, man. And that's to my point I'm making where it's like, you mean tell me Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk can't dump $5-10 billion into the economy and say, listen,
Man,
gas free for the next whatever.
Easy.
We've been supporting them.
Good sound.
Come on, man.
Jeff
The
Bezos,
reason I'm saying
man.
that to you because how many of us done bought? We all done spent money with Amazon
Yeah.
Every day.
That's a
every
great
day.
service.
That's a great service. You mean tell me
Anything
you're
you
not giving back?
Right there.
And this is a
You got
company.
it.
Listen,
On deck.
and this is a
Ready.
company.
Coughing.
This is a company
better
with
buy
no
more.
kind
You got a
of
little
this is
trailer
a this
you
is a
can live in,
non
that type of shit.
He got his mind.
this is a non-union company, man.
I know.
That's
they
not right,
banging.
man. That's not right. Non-union company, you're not giving back. That's not right, man.
It's not union.
That's not right.
It's not union, definitely.
That's not right.
He making all that money.
It's not right.
Of everything shipped through him. He
It's not.
making
It's
money.
not. It's not fair to the people who supported him.
He went through a divorce, man.
You know
His
how?
wife made the
You know.
billionaires
Listen.
list.
Even in the hood, listen to
His
me.
wife made the billionaires
Off
list
a divorce.
just off a divorce. His wife made the billionaires list off a divorce with him.
Cause
That is major.
she made billions of dollars off of that.
She made billions off of divorcing
Yeah.
this man and made the billionaires list. That's how much
Yeah.
money the Bezos got. That's serious paper when your wife make the billionaire list
Yeah.
of divorcing you.
Yeah.
That's crazy cheddar, man. He should be giving back. I hope he giving back.
I just feel like it should be a cap. Unfortunately, it's ain't because we're in a capitalist society. And what I'm saying is that being in the capitalist society, it done basically outgrown what it should have been. You know what I mean?
It's too many billionaires and too many poor people, man. It's just,
Exactly.
The field is not level.
Exactly.
And Pac used to tell us
It's
back
not.
in the 90s.
It's-
Pac used to speak on stuff like this.
It's not. And you mean, listen, even in the hood, let's break it down to layman terms, right? Even in every hood I done been in,
Yeah.
you done been in, you been in, the biggest guy, drug dealer, or the liquor store owner, they always give back. It's Christmas
do.
time or the summertime, the hood nigga, he always throw a party.
4th of July,
4th of
the
July.
fireworks, something.
It's always something. We all know that, right?
But these billionaires ain't giving back.
And they don't do that.
They're keeping that.
That's not right.
And they investing in other things.
And that's
not in our community.
And that's what's not fair.
And we the biggest purchasers.
And everybody in the hood deal with Amazon.
Everybody. They love it.
They love it.
I talk to people
It's a
all
great
the time.
service.
Is.
I'm just saying, like,
whatever you think of, you can go in there, order it, and it'll be to your house.
Yeah, but you can't give back. It's not right, you know.
Yeah, they don't give back.
It's not fair, you know. Living in a capitalist society. I mean, I'd rather live in a capitalist society than a dictatorship society.
Exactly.
So, you know,
Right. It could be worse.
It could be worse.
have a Saddam
It could be
Hussein.
worse. But you know, it goes back to even the laws of the Constitution of, you know, these laws was written back in the days. You know, we're in modern day times now. We need new amendments. You know what I mean?
We need new laws, man.
We need new
fresh
laws.
ideas.
That's right.
We do.
That's right.
To make the field a little bit
That's
more
right.
level, man.
How are we in another recession within the last 10 years? We just got out of one 10 years ago.
But it's a different type of recession.
No,
It's a recession where everything is high
Exactly.
now. Instead of everybody just being broke.
Exactly.
People working and getting money and doing their thing, but everything's so high.
Let me tell you
So
something
that's
right
still a recession. If it's
Right
affecting
now,
your budget,
if Trump was in office right now, everybody be getting a bridge card. That's for sure. Listen, he gonna make sure something gonna happen. He gonna leverage it off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Balance
give
it
it
off.
away. He'll
Listen,
give some
Bridge
food
cards
away.
is fat as hell, he was sending out.
I can't get y'all no free gas because I don't control that. But guess what I can do?
Right.
I'm gonna get everybody a bridge card. Y'all all get $500 a month. Remember he was doing the tax credit for the kids.
Yeah.
Remember Biden cut it off.
Yeah.
He was doing the tax credit for the women was getting like $350 or $400 or
Yeah,
something like every
yeah.
per kid or something like
Yeah.
that.
Trump turned that water
My
on.
dog, you say if Trump run today, he got your vote for sure. Huh?
I'm not saying he got my vote. What I'm saying is that the country will be in a better position it is right
If he
now.
was
Hey, I ain't
right
now.
bullshit,
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
nobody come along strong. He got my vote.
Yeah,
Really?
because you know what?
I ain't
That
prepared to
paper,
say that
dog.
right now.
Because
I want the people to win,
what I'm
you know
saying
what
to you
I'm
is
saying?
that I'm saying
It's about what's the best interest of the country.
Listen,
and
we
it's
was
not just
eating,
you, but
and
the
we was
country.
eating. We was eating.
listen.
You know what I'm
If I
saying?
had to vote for Trump or this other dude who a Democrat right now, I probably would just stay out of it. Just for my own morals and conscience, because I'm not a Trump supporter like that.
Yeah.
But what I am saying is, it's like, okay, let's just use sports for example, right? Because we all love sports, right?
The Warriors won.
They won the other night,
won
right?
the other
But
night.
let's just say,
Yeah,
let's,
shout out to the Warriors.
let's just say somebody who playing ball and he play unorthodox, not your style.
Yeah.
But he's sweet.
Yeah.
You don't support him, but you know he gonna do his thing.
Right.
It's like that. I don't support Trump, but I know when he get in office, he do what he do. We seen it.
He take care of the people.
He do what he do.
He
That's
done more
what
for
we want.
Listen.
He did more for black
Listen,
people than the
he
Barack
do
Obama
what he
did.
do what he do, man.
He do.
And no
Trump
way,
is different, man.
there's no way of just disowning that. You know, I'm not here to say that he's not respectful to black people. He's not racist. I'm not saying none of that kind. What I'm saying is that on the business tip, because America's a corporation.
Yeah, you gotta look at it like that. Too.
That's all
It's a
I'm saying.
business.
Yeah, yes. Listen,
And the president basically
listen.
the CEO
I ain't
of
running
the
with dude. I'm not putting on red hats on. I'm not saying none of that kind of stuff.
Right.
All I'm saying to you is when my man is in power,
Yeah.
shit be popping off. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
The checks be going
Yeah,
out.
you can't deny that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
he
saying?
definitely gonna flood the pockets.
Listen,
though. He
if
showed
Biden
that.
was
He
in
will
office
flood
right
the pockets.
now, if Biden was in office during the pandemic, oh man, come on, it would have been through.
He wouldn't have gave him no checks.
Hell no. You think he did what Trump did? Listen, man,
He would've cut them checks
listen,
out.
man. When the pandemic had happened and Trump was trying to pass that relief package, remember Congress was over there trying to figure out all this bipartisan. I remember he signed it. He went through all that.
Yeah.
He signed it himself. He opened up the water. He did
Yeah.
all that stuff, man,
Yeah.
on his own.
Yeah.
He ain't wait.
Trump ain't mad turning on that water.
He cut the water on, man.
Because he bought money. That's
He
all
bought money,
He
man.
bought money.
He cut the
think
water.
Money fixes everything, so he quick to cut that check.
It did.
And it did help.
Come on, man. Come on,
All
man.
the families, man.
You mean tell me? Come on, man. During the pandemic, we weren't even thinking about.
Trump all about that money.
Listen, man.
You know money helps.
He cut that water on, man.
He did
And listen,
cut the water on.
some took advantage, some didn't,
Right.
but it was working out.
Some people hit their licks, some people
Hey,
didn't.
it's working
but
out.
The money was there.
It was working out. You know what I mean? Better than now.
Yeah.
Better than now. What Biden giving us? I mean, you know, like we don't need that, man.
So what's the next move you think, man, with this economy, man, and you know the inflation and everything? What's
at the stock market. The stock market
what's going to be
crushed.
the bottom line you think over the next, let's say, 90 days?
A lot gotta change.
Keep going high. They talking about we gonna be over $6 a gallon soon, man.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna happen. I don't think
next 90
it's gonna be
days,
no relief. It's gonna be no
continue to go
relief
up.
for the gas. But what I will say is, Ray, what's going on right now is just setting up the great election for 2024.
Yeah.
That's in 2 years. I mean, right? It's midterms right now in a sense. Right now, you know what I mean? November coming up. It's gonna be midterm election,
Yeah.
and it's just setting the stage for whoever about to run for 2024. And from the Democratic side, I don't see the great next hope for us to say, you know what, we vote for him. But I guarantee we don't have a strong.
Joe Biden. I don't even really want Joe.
Joe is
again,
not
man.
running again, bro.
Joe not running
Vote for
again.
Joe.
Joe
not
like
running.
83,
Joe ain't gonna make it
84.
another time.
Yeah,
Joe ain't gonna make it another
yeah,
time.
no.
I'm not voting for Joe if he run again. I don't think he is though.
I'm gonna say this right here, man. And this,
Inflation ain't been this high in 40 years.
Listen,
they say, bro.
I'm gonna say this right here.
I've never seen gas on $5 my whole entire life, man.
And it just will happen. Like you say, he might have walked in a pile of shit,
Yeah.
but anywhere it went, he's stuck in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now it's really not the good time for it. You know what
We
I'm
just
saying?
don't have a candidate, man. You know,
And that's our problem, I think, right there.
Man.
I think us
They can't
as
come up with nobody.
I think us as black people or a culture of people, I think that it's time for us to say, you know what? We threw with all that Democrat Republican shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Let's just
saying?
vote for the best person.
Let's vote for the best person.
And I'm at that point.
That's it.
I am.
I'm down with that.
I'm at
Let's
that
just
point,
vote for
yeah.
who's sounding good.
That's
right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Who making it work? Who popping off?
Right.
Because we all got bosses or people who we work for
Yeah.
who don't share the same ideology with us.
Exactly.
But you know they
That's what make
paying.
everybody
Yeah.
individual.
That's what make everybody individual. You know what I'm saying? We ain't about to sit here and say, well, he not Catholic or he not Baptist, so I don't,
Right.
you know, nah, we ain't about to do all that.
Right, exactly, man.
We-
You got to vote for the best person.
Listen, man.
Whether they're Republican
Listen.
or Democrat, man.
For
I'm
the-
at that point.
Yeah, for
That's
the
how I'm
job,
feeling.
not the person, but for the job. Because
That's for
you
the
know
job.
what we do with everything else.
Right.
I mean, like, okay, great example right now, right? We all know that R. Kelly was on some BS, right?
Right.
But y'all can't tell me y'all don't be bumping his music.
I still bump his shit.
Yeah, hell yeah, but Mr.
I was
Music.
playing one of his tunes earlier.
But that's my point I'm making.
Mr. DJ,
but
he
that's,
came
that's my
on,
point
I
I'm making is
listened
that
to it.
we don't agree with Donald Trump, the person,
Right.
but running the country, yeah, he did all right to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just don't like his
And it took
behavior.
for him to leave.
But I don't-
I don't like his toxic personality.
But that's my point to
That
Donald
shit
Trump
but
is
listen,
very toxic,
That shit was
man.
entertaining though, bro. Every day
was.
he had us
It
watching
was.
him do
But
dumb
it's a-
shit.
And
on
I was
TV,
watching.
bro.
It's
Every
right.
day.
And it's a lot of
But
things
his
you-
TV personality,
Yeah.
he know how to entertain,
Yeah.
man.
Clown.
Yeah.
You know
And-
what I'm saying?
and
I
it's-
bet the
it's-
ratings went down when he left office, though. All the
did.
ratings went down, man, because I was tuning in. I was looking
Yeah.
at
Every day, bro.
Yeah, I
He was
too.
coming on every day.
But it's a lot of things you
suspending
support.
Definitely entertaining.
every day.
It's
Yeah.
a lot of things that
Toxic,
people you
though.
support too that if you knew them individually, you wouldn't like them either.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We just
You
don't
can't
know.
look at it like
You can't
that.
sit here and tell me that every, let's say, actor or rapper or entertainer, whoever it is,
It's perfect in your eyes.
You gotta like
The
them for what
person.
they do
the
for their
person,
craft.
the person.
You like the art of that person.
that's what I'm trying to get
That's
at.
The
it.
craft.
Right.
And that's where it stops.
That's it.
Right.
That's where it stops.
You don't know how
Entertainment
Denzel is
part.
for real.
That's
You
it.
don't,
You don't care about who
you
they
don't know
are
how
as a
Denzel
person.
is at
They all
home.
weirdos.
You don't know how
Right.
Samuel
You know
L.
what I'm
Jackson
saying?
is at
You can't
home.
get into their personal
You don't know.
feelings, man. You gotta look at them for their craft and how they entertain.
Listen, you got listen. This is what it is. You got to deal with them for the job that they do, not who they are when they go home.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what we was dealing with Donald Trump because Donald Trump was expressing how he was as a person,
Right.
not how he ran the country. Because how he ran the country was different how he was as a person.
It was different.
You know what I'm saying? He was running the country like a businessman.
Yeah.
He was being an asshole as a person.
Right.
We was noticing that, but
Right.
as a person, we don't give a fuck.
Right.
I know I don't.
You know, I don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we don't care how you
I'm
are.
past that too,
And you gonna
man.
cut that
I'm
water
past
on
that.
or not? That's what we
Yeah,
want to know.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all we care about.
Yeah,
Because
you
we care about how you
know.
run the country.
Yeah.
We don't care about how you feel about us. We already know that already.
Right.
We know how you feel about us. We don't oppress people.
I do look at that right now today, though, man. Different from how I
Yeah,
looked at
after
it.
he left office,
After he
you
left
really
office,
like-
These
man.
athletes,
Yeah, I do.
we don't know how they are. A lot of them probably bougie. A lot of them probably look down on us because we
Yeah.
ain't got the money they got.
Right.
But we watch them as an athlete, as an entertainer. They doing their job. You know, we watching Jason Tatum and Steph Curry and all these guys. We don't know them personally. They sound good on TV. They may be assholes in person.
Right.
But we didn't judge them off
A
of
lot
that.
of them are, though.
But even if we was to find out they was assholes, we know Michael Jordan to be true was an asshole.
Yeah.
Still to this
It
To this
still
day.
is. It still
But
is.
we ain't looking at that part.
Right, you looking at he's a great basketball
This
player.
nigga was
Michael
still
Jordan.
bad.
He was doing his
And I
thing.
think that's where the line should.
And that's what we got to
stop, man.
differentiate
Yeah, yeah,
these, you know, Democrat, Republican, or
Yeah.
this person. Oh, he talks, but you know, he an entertainer. You know,
Yeah.
the personal life, shall I say?
We gotta look at what's in the best interest as us as a people, man.
Absolutely.
As a nation, you know, and not their personal feelings and personal views, man, on that candidate. You
Yeah.
know? So I'll definitely be open though. This next election, man, I'll be open for sure. I ain't gonna just vote because a person a Democrat.
A quick history fact.
So,
Back in the
I feel
day,
like that, man.
quick
I
history,
never felt
quick,
like that
quick.
before, man. I'm gonna go
I feel
with who
too.
the best person is for the country, man, to have our country in the best shape.
What you
know?
say?
Quick history fact is the last person who was voted president, who was a senator before Barack Obama, was Abraham Lincoln. He was a Republican, and we voted for him. He was the last guy who was a senator who became president. Because usually as a governor, whatnot,
Yeah.
but he was the last guy who was a senator who became president, and he was both was from Illinois.
Yeah.
But the point of that is that he's a Republican,
Yeah.
and before we became Democrats, we was all Republicans,
yeah.
and we voted for Republicans because they passed progressive laws for us.
Yeah.
So we need to get back to just those who are in our favor, opposed to just voting for a side because it sound good or look good. We Democrats now. You know what I'm saying? Like
But back in the day, we were Republicans.
we were Republicans. Yeah, they passed progressive laws. Abraham Lincoln was a Republican. They passed progressive laws that was in our favor. So we wrote.
Freed the slaves.
Yeah,
and
so-
lost his life, man.
Yeah.
Probably because of that.
Yeah.
Because all the Jim Crow laws in the South and all the slave owners, man, they didn't like that he had passed a law to free the slaves, man.
But let it be known on FUTV, we're not saying we just love Trump. We supporting Trump. We're just saying that when it comes to the lesser of two evils between Trump and Biden, we already know what it is.
Yeah.
Everybody know what it is. This is like self-explanatory. We ain't
It's
explaining
like
that.
apples and oranges, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll see, man. But yeah, Joe got another couple years of office. They're gonna start campaigning next year, and we'll see, man, if Joe run again or
Joe
if
better
they
not
can
fuck
come up
that
with
money
somebody
up.
else.
He better go ahead and bow out.
I don't see who they could put up, man, to run to represent the Democratic Party, man. If Trump run again, he's gonna probably win because we don't have a candidate, man, that can battle him. Though he a bully, he a gorilla in the midst.
You gotta give him props for props is due, man.
You gotta be ready, man, to go up against a dude like that, man. You gotta be able to debate him.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to be strong because he gonna come at you with everything he got to win.
And you know
Trump,
the-
man, he go hard, bro.
And the thing about it is too, also, is that he's going to be comparing from when he was in office to what's going on right now.
Right now,
And-
and America don't like what's going on right now.
America don't like what's going on right now.
He's gonna have a strong argument.
He's gonna have an argument.
He's
You
gonna
know what I'm
have a
saying?
strong
He's
argument.
gonna say, "Hey, you miss me? Hey, what's up? That's what it is. And we're gonna be like, yeah, man, you cut the water back on, man, yeah. And that's just what it is. So,
So we'll see, man. We'll see what the Democrats come up with, man.
no matter what y'all do, go out and vote, though.
But go out and vote, man. And most important, man, go out there, man, and support us, man, on YouTube, man.
FUTV.
TV podcast, man, on YouTube, man. Like and subscribe, man. Check for us, man. I got some great news this week, fellas. I got somebody to print up my clothing, man. Lucky Grow Clothing, man. Coming
That's what's
soon,
up.
man. We got some hot designs for y'all, man. And, be on the lookout for that, though.
That's
Lucky
what's
Grow
up.
Clothing, for sure.
Support.
But keep checking for us, man, here at FUTV, man. We gonna keep making it hot for y'all, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
For sure.
Signing off.
Signing off, man. See y'all next week, man. Saturday night, 10 p.m. right
Golden State for the win.
Golden State, man. They definitely doing their thing, for sure. 88.1
43.
FM, man. WHPR, man. Holla at us, for sure.
Peace.
FM 88.1 WHPR.